Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. A minute ago, I made a video on NATO's statement regarding Ukraine invitation to join NATO, which was not extended. They said, take it easy, wait to see if we win in Ukraine and Russia loses. If Russia wins, then bye-bye NATO. And if we win in Ukraine and Russia somehow loses, then you have to, all NATO member states have to agree and you have to follow all the rules and all the steps. Okay, that sounds normal because even Stoltenberg, the acting secretary of NATO, said, well, we can't really invite you to join NATO while you are at war. It makes no sense. Obviously, it seems like these guys really became normal for a fraction of a second. But Zelensky won't have any of that. Zelensky, I think he really, or at least he has to play this part, he really thought that he is what these guys told him that he is, which is a great leader, and he's okay, this kind of guy. He's a clown, all right? But hey, we're supposed to believe that he just switched and dug inside of himself and found this courageous, strong guy. Not in his life, but just right now, under the circumstances. Overnight, he had an enlightenment, a moment of Buddha. Here I am, Satori. Okay. So let's see what's going on here. He lashes out at NATO. Now, I don't know if this is fake, because he has to, or he's just angry because he really thought that he ought to. I mean, am I not the greatest guy in the parking lot for this moment? You made me so. So obviously I'm believing it. Or it's just a game. Let's see. Russia Today. July 11th, 2023. Zelensky attacks NATO, the Ukrainian president. Why do these guys keep saying that? Why don't they say president of Ukraine? Has condemned the US-led bloc for its reluctance to offer Kiev immediate membership. Ukrainian President, again, Zelensky, has accused NATO of not showing enough respect as he lashed out at the US-led bloc for its unwillingness to offer Kiev immediate membership. Zelensky launched his broadside on Tuesday as NATO began its summit in Vilnius, Lithuania. The Ukrainian president, okay, if you say so, cited signals he had received which indicated Kiev would not be granted an invitation of any sort to join the bloc. No, you are not. And I'm quoting, we value our allies. You're not an ally, you're a vassal state. Get used to that. We value our shared security. No, it's only your security. They make it appear like you fight for their security to rile up the idiots, the useful idiots, to shut up, pay their taxes, and go to work. We value our shared security, and we always appreciate an open conversation. Yeah. Ukraine will be represented at the NATO summit in Vilnius by you, because it is about respect. But Ukraine also deserves respect, end quote, Zelensky said in a statement on social media. I know Ukraine ought to deserve respect, but the problem is after you will be no more, and after Ukraine exhausted its use for these guys, you will be sent back where they took you from. And that's not a nice place where they think you came from, guys. I don't know about Ukraine. As they look at the Russians, the same they look at the Ukrainians. Now they need them. Oh my God. Once their purpose is gone, they will not provide you respect. Because respect is based on, some qualities that you have. Some principles. No principles, just interests. So once your interest runs out, go back where you came from, on that little rock in the slime where you rolled out. That's how they see you. How do you think these billionaires, these guys who really rule the world and have so much power, care about a Zelensky, a guy who came from a family somewhere in Ukraine, became a comedian, became a president with all the support that these guys put behind him. He got elected, and now he's playing his role. How do you think, when, for instance, you look at Prince Charles, King Charles, and he receives Zelensky, or receives, let's say, Biden, how do you think he looks at them? Like peasants. That's exactly how they look at us commoners. Why? Look, Charles. The English crown is how many hundreds of years old? Old, their little family. By the way, I think it's German, isn't it? By origin, so nevertheless. So they have this, and how much influence, how much class, how much history. And they are going to meet Biden. Biden coming from United States, for them semi-peasant anyway, coming over there, and that's how they look at these guys. Do you think they look like, oh yeah, buddy, let's go sit down, let's have a conversation? No, he's a king with hundreds of years of history. You are a guy that comes and goes. You made your money through little tiki. Imagine how much money Biden has, or any billionaire, self-made billionaire, compared with the British crown. These guys look at peanuts, guys. You come and go. We've been around for hundreds of years. But nevertheless, Zelensky thinks he's important. And I'm quoting Zelensky, "It's unprecedented and absurd when a time frame is not sent neither for the invitation nor for Ukraine's membership, while at the same time vague wording about conditions is added even for inviting Ukraine." But I don't think, I think he's absurd. Let me show you why on the text. It's unprecedented and absurd when a time frame is not set neither for the invitation nor for the Ukraine membership. Boy, you are at war with another country. How in the hell you want them to give you a frame or a time when they don't know when the war ends? They can't. They told you, when the war ends, if we win, which is you, right, then we will talk about it. That's exactly what this guy said right here. And it's logical. So it's not unprecedented and absurd. You are absurd and unprecedented. And it says, while at the same time vague wording about conditions is added even for inviting Ukraine. Well, you should know the exact requirements. They are listed. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. They're listed. So unless you think that you're going to have a shortcut, like a weasel, then obviously it's vague. But it's not vague at all. The requirements are written. Look over them and read them sometimes before you go to bed. Instead of, I don't know, just go and read those things. There is nothing vague unless you want special treatment. And that's exactly what you want. And these guys did not provide you with a special treatment. Therefore, you say, hey, my special treatment, I want the exact 3 things that I have to do out of 150 that everybody else was required to be a NATO member. Well, and you expect this guy to be sharing European values or supposedly Western values. That's no more. I'm not going to put Western values with European values anymore at all. What's going on, especially coming from Brussels or Washington and the East Coast and West Coast of the United States of America. It's a perversion of the Western civilization. That's what I consider it. I don't think it's going up, it's going down. It's going to destroy the society, it's going to destroy our art, our cultures. But anyway. So here it is. He thinks that, come on, man, we talk about it, we'll do something here. But that's how it works over there. Why do I know that? I've been in that environment. Romania is not much different than Ukraine in this, and other countries in the Balkans. Come on, man, let's do it. That's the law. That's okay. That's fine. That's how they do it. They do it here as well, but they do it in a more disciplined way. A little bit more classy, It's just that they use cigars, bourbon, whiskey. They wear ties and they're fatter, and that's all. And it's a smoking room or something. That's all. The same thing. We're going to do this. They're not going to find out. They don't even have to say it because they know. So anyway, Zelensky is angry with that. Let me read you the last paragraph here of his statement. And it says, it seems there is no readiness neither to invite Ukraine to NATO nor to take it a member of the alliance. This means that a window of opportunity is being left to bargain Ukraine's membership in NATO in negotiations with Russia. You got that right. Anyway, so this is it, my friends. He thinks that he should be treated different because he's used. Well, you don't treat a lady of the night differently. It's a contract. You give her money, she gives her something else. After everything is done, you don't have to give her a flower, you don't have to invite her for dinner, drink some champagne, show her the sunset. That's not in the contract. The contract is money, bunny, funny, never see you again unless we're gonna sign another contract. Here's the money. Let's go. It's only rock and roll. So that's exactly what's going on here. Now Zelensky expects the Americans and the other interests to show them with a flower, some chocolate box, some pink champagne. Honey, look at the sunset. It's beautiful. How many generations? Do you think that Plato looked at the sunset like we do right now? Or Romeo and Juliet? Do you think so? Or Shakespeare or something? You know? Yeah, well, it's beautiful. That's how it's going to be. Ah, shit. You know how it's gonna be. Zip it, bye. Money, see you never. Until next time, and when I have another urge to get another thing. Sorry to make it so descriptive, but that's the way it is. It's just that they make it more, how do you call it, romantic. And it's not, it's the same shit. Money for nothing and chicks for free. But here, chicks for... Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.